I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And we welcome Tatsuhisa Shion. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, thanks for having me. Hi, my name is Tatsuhisa Shion. I'm your virtual video game companion. Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks so much for coming on. How long have you been doing the VTuber thing?
I've been doing it for about 3 months and like a weekish. So yeah.
Yeah. So, how have you taken to it? Was it easy for you to get started? Are you set in and comfortable now?
I like to think so, yeah. Comparing myself from the first time I started streaming to how I do things now, it's definitely like a day and night kind of difference. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good.
Were you nervous?
Oh dear God, yes.
Was it? I mean, was it when you got started? What first of all, what made you choose to do it? Were you a fan before, or?
Definitely a fan, yeah. When 2020, the whole thing was going on, and then VTubers were a thing, I'm like, oh my God, I can do that. I could be an anime person on the internet. Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't really have the means to do it, so I just kind of sat on the idea until one day I randomly came across Irium and their applications. I'm like, oh, let me go try that.
Yeah. Irium's got folks in there who have started with Irium, and some folks who have been VTubers on other platforms well before Irium. I know because I actually interviewed a couple folks before it got started. And I'm like,
oh my God, really?
Yeah, a couple folks I already had interviews with before everything started hitting up. So, what drew you to Irium in general?
I don't think there was anything specific that drew me to Irium. It was one of those random days, and I was Googling things, and I'm like, ooh, I want to be a VTuber. Let me see if there's like any chill groups that I can join just to kind of like get started and just like meet people. And Googling around, I actually came across the Bond Live applications first, and I'm like, ooh, they're looking for applications? Heck yeah. I looked around a bit on their website, and they said that they were looking for Irium streamers, and I'm like, what is an Irium? What's that? So I downloaded I looked at the website, and it looked cool, and I downloaded the app, and from there on, I was like, oh my God, this is way too easy. This looks so much fun. I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah. So the one-on-one type of conversations on there, is that easy for you, or would it be easier, you think, to be with a group of people like a Twitch stream?
Well, initially it was definitely hard. Because with traditional like VTubing, you can like stream games to people, and you can kind of like talk about what you're doing while showing them at the same time.
Right.
But when it came to Irium, and the more I kind of like to call it like we're just FaceTiming with like a group of people, just yapping and everything.
Yeah.
It was definitely harder at first. It takes a while to try and to like get used to just talking to people. There are definitely days when there's like no one, like there's like barely anyone in your chat, and you just have to try to keep that one person engaged until other people come in, and then you can kind of like bounce the conversation back and forth.
Yeah. It's like, no, say something, please. Say something, please.
I know. I don't care. Just like give me a word. Just tell me what you did, and I'll kind of go from there. But I don't know what to do without that. Definitely a struggle, but I feel like I'm doing a bit better now than I did when I started.
Yeah, it's just a question of getting used to it and kind of learning how to talk in circles a little bit.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's an old radio trick we used to have to do back in the days when we actually played music, and we had to time things up because the news would start right at the top of the hour 0000, and we had to time things up to that. So it meant a lot of math in songs that are 3 minutes and 45 seconds, um, they don't exactly add up right. And of course,
Mm.
I'd always mess up the math anyway. And so we'd have sometimes 2.5 minutes where we would have to talk around and by ourselves between then and when the news came on. So it was,
Oh.
yes, you're listening to WLOY, blah, 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 blah. Here's the weather forecast. Here's the weather forecast again. Here's backwards weather forecast. And then you come back to it and say it in a different way.
Mm.
That's something you kind of learn on the fly.
Yeah.
Have you been able to do that?
I think so. I don't really do anything interesting like throughout my day, so I just sometimes just try to, I don't know, like find a random thing that I
Mm.
did or maybe something that I like, and then I'll just start just rattling on about that and like blah 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 blah, and then somebody will come in and be like, "Hey, I know about that thing," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's go!" It
Yes,
goes from there.
hooked him. Let's go.
I know. You like that thing? All right, we're
Yeah.
googling more about that. We're gonna talk about that.
You sound like a 20-year host already.
Oh my God, no, definitely not.
I hooked him. Let's go. We're sticking on this topic for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I had some interviews especially with I was working in a major college football thing,
Mm,
doing pregame and postgame for it, and we would have interviews with high schoolers who had been recruited, and
mm.
sometimes you had great kids who would talk no matter what, and you also had the ones who would give you one-word answers. And I would have like 20 minutes to fill, and I'm talking to some kid who is not paying any attention to what I'm saying, who is playing a video game in the background. So you really like coming to X and X college? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No. What do you think about any other college? No. Yeah. And then it was like, okay,
Oh.
18 more minutes to go.
We got this. All right.
How do you
I. Oh, sorry.
you got?
Go
How do
ahead.
you spell your name very slowly? But yeah,
Oh my God. I feel like I was that person actually before I started streaming.
ah,
So that was definitely like I had to do like a whole I had to flip everything over. I'm like, okay, I'm not good at talking to people. I despise talking to people,
mm.
but we have this opportunity. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna work.
Well, have you come to like it now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like outside of Irium, I definitely have been more comfortable like opening up and like talking to other people.
Yeah.
So it's not only just me progressing or making myself a better VTuber, it's definitely made me like a better person.
Mm.
Don't want to be cheesy, but it feels like it.
No, it's there's a lot of people who have been able to kind of open up because of VTubing. It's kind of helped them out in a social aspect outside of the computer sphere. Um,
Yeah.
was it for you just not being comfortable talking to people you don't know, or was it more being uncomfortable talking about yourself?
I think it was more of me not liking to talk to people that I didn't know.
Mm.
I'd be way too embarrassed, way too shy. And then there were a lot of moments where I did like try to open up to people and like try to kind of insert myself in like a conversation, like a group setting. And I'm like, hey guys, yeah, I know about this thing that we're talking about. And just people wouldn't really like listen. I get talked over a lot, and so I'm like, okay, I'll just listen to you guys then. You guys are funny, yeah.
It's like the one time you stick your head out, it's just stomp, 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 stomp.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. I'm like, I don't like that feeling. I'll just not talk. If I
yeah,
don't talk, then it won't happen.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That'll ruin your week when you do something like that.
Oh yeah.
And if you're even if you're naturally a gregarious person, that
Mm,
happens, and you just have to kind of sit there and take it, even though you're vibrating with something you actually want to put in the conversation. It's obviously
yeah.
they don't want you in it. So, um, but and But if you have you ever like worked customer service before or anything like that?
Oh dear God, I have, yes.
Okay, so you might be scarred from that too.
Oh yeah, I did it for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's definitely not fun coming into work and like getting everything ready, and you get like your like computer software ready and like, all right, today's a day. We're gonna help people out. We're gonna be nice. I press the button and I get a call right away, and it just goes off
Hmm.
like the bat from there. I want your manager right now. I'm like, ma'am, it's 6 in the morning. Can
Yes.
we calm down a little bit?
Yes. I work at a police station at the front desk in
Oh
yeah,
no.
and it's it's interesting on the good days, and
Mm,
sometimes you get calls on like a Sunday night at 10 p.m. I want to
mm-hmm.
speak to the chief of police right now.
Oh,
Like
why?
like no. No, I'm not calling him at 10 o'clock on Sunday night because you want to talk to him about your ticket. That's not happening.
Take it on a random Sunday evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Couldn't you have waited till Monday,
Oh,
maybe?
no,
Office
no.
hours?
Oh, no, you got to That's where you got to learn jab with powder puffs, just gonna
Mm.
kind of deflect them as much as possible. Um,
Yeah, definitely a skill. I've managed to learn it. I'm not happy to use it, but I mean, when you're stuck in a 3-hour call with a person who is absolutely furious about something that I cannot help them with,
mhm.
I just constantly trying to have to like, try to give them other options, just try to make them not like try to make them calm down in a sense,
Mhm.
but it definitely takes a toll on you.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I can't obviously get really deep into things that people talk about, but
Mm.
you get calls from the on the in the police department from people who are calling about civil issues, and the
Oh.
police can't do anything about that.
Mm,
Somebody came in
definitely.
and had a title to my house. I did you call a lawyer? That we
Like, no, I want to talk to the
yeah
police.
my they moved the stakes on my lawn. It's not going to be something they could do anything about. Sorry.
They're
But
like, I want your
yeah, I want to talk to the chief of police right now. He's not going to talk to you. No.
manager.
Actually, I can't tell this one, I guess. We had one person, they have
Mm,
what's called a tow fee, a
mm,
public nuisance tow. If you get pulled over for a not having a driver's license, they'll tow your car, and you have to pay $300 to get it out, which is a lot of money. Um,
yeah.
Sometimes more than the car's worth. So a person got arrested for various things. None of
Mm,
them, some of them jail time worth. She
mhm,
calls the next day and wants to know where her car is. It's in for
mhm,
investigations. It's not coming out
mm.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
So she says, "Well, will the sheriff's department pay for my tow fee then?" You
No.
no, absolutely not. That's the actual word that said. Absolutely not. She was not happy. But
Oh, I can see that.
yeah. But anyway, getting way off topic. But that
It's all
that
right.
that type of thing, having that experience, does that you think with the customer service does that help you, or does the experience actually hurt you when you want to talk to people you don't know?
Mm. I think for the most part it did help.
Mm,
When I started that job, I actually was still going to school.
mm-hmm.
And before then, I was deathly afraid of, like discussing like class reports, like in front of the class. Like
Right.
I'll be given an assignment, I have to research on this thing, and then like next week I'll have to talk to it in front of like the whole class. And I hated that. I would cry. I would be like shaking and sweating at the same time. Like, dear God, just shoot, just like strike me down now, please. Anything but this. Um,
Yeah.
But after working more at the as customer service, I felt like I was a little more comfortable. I was not happy about it, but I kind of knew how to like work around it and like how to carry myself a little better. Um
and
yeah.
and then those
With
2 years you aged 20 years during that time.
I know I felt like I did. I mean, you're sitting there for like 8 hours a day. You go through like so many people, you talk to so many people, you hear so many things, and it's like vastly different interactions. Like the first call can be like the sweetest person ever. You get everything fixed. It's good. You're happy about yourself.
Hmm.
Next call comes in and like everything's gone. I'm like, well, there goes my mood for the
Yeah.
day, I guess. Like,
But you know what's even worse? When
mm,
person comes in and talks sweet and then stabs you.
yes. Oh
Oh,
my God, I've had that.
oh. It's like when somebody does that to me, I'm just like, I'm going to pick you up and throw you into the traffic.
I will find you.
There are people
Oh.
in here that I can hire. I'll look them up in the computer.
We know where you are. We have your
Yeah.
address. We have
Uh,
your social security number. We're
and
gonna come get
and
you.
they're usually little old ladies, sweet little old ladies. Ah, yeah, just
Yes.
why are you so incompetent?
I'm like, ma'am, with all due respect, like, ma'am, come on.
At least my shoes are on the right feet, okay? but
Oh no.
yeah, but that type of thing. Um, Again, if you have that and you have somebody coming on stream who's a little bit uncomfortable to deal with, I imagine that does help when you already had that kind of experience.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Initially, I did have a little trouble with that.
Hmm.
It didn't happen a whole lot, but oh, sorry about that. It didn't happen a whole lot, but I did have a viewer that I was pretty close to.
Hmm.
I would call him my grandpa. He
Hmm.
would be there like the whole stream. He was the first person in, and when I was starting out, and there were like really weird or people that were being like very very uncomfortable to like
Hmm.
you in the stream,
Right.
he would actually kind of step in and deal with it or help me deal with it.
Hmm.
And then as it went on, I was just like, I feel like the best way to deal with these people is to, I don't know, just be that customer support kind of polite and then
Yes.
just move on. Just ignore
Yes.
them.
Yes. That's a really good way. It's just, sorry, ma'am,
Yeah.
I can't help you, but if you call tomorrow during times that you're not going to be awake, then
Yep.
this is the only time you can possibly be helped. Thank you for calling. Goodbye. And then block the number.
Oh, yeah.
That's you can always turn it around on them, and that is a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. Not that I ever
Yeah.
do that. Not that I would ever do that, but yeah, much.
Yeah. In
Oh,
my mind though, I'm like,
yes.
I could just press this big red button right here and all my problems would be solved, you
Ah,
know. I can't do
yes,
that, but I'm thinking about it.
yes. Which will put you in the president, and you can have that big red button too, and it'll be all over with.
Yeah.
But for you, once you got comfortable with it and turn on the microphone, and now it
mm,
you start realizing maybe that you have people coming back to talk with you, who's scheduling their personal time to come back and be a part of
mm.
your audience. How did that hit you when you realized that?
I was absolutely dumbfounded. So when I was thinking of being a VTuber, initially it was like really really excited. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then I really thought about it, and I was like, okay, wait, whatever your like avatar looks like, people will not come back if you are not interesting enough. If they don't like you, they will not come back. And at the time, that really kind of hit me
Hmm.
because I wasn't an outgoing person. I didn't feel I was interesting. I didn't feel like I had anything to like bring to the table to like keep people hooked and like to keep coming back for stuff.
Hmm.
Um so when I started Irium, I really had no plan what to do. I don't sing, I don't draw, I don't play instruments. I'm not good at like voice acting like everybody else has. They have like their thing, and I'm just here and I'm like, I have peanut brain and I like talking about random stuff. So
Well, that makes you a
so yeah.
politician.
Oh no.
Now,
Anything but that.
but that's here's the thing though. But you have a very good voice for it, and you're very engaging with it, and
Oh, thank you.
that makes a big difference. You know, it doesn't have to be.
Thank
It's
you.
not always the content, and you can have the greatest content in the world, but if you're not engaging enough, and people don't want to root for you or even root against you in fun or that type of thing, um,
Mm,
that makes it tough to overcome. And sometimes people just like the
definitely.
natural you.
I know that there have been some viewers that actually have said that because sometimes I get a little, well, maybe not a little emotional, but I'm sitting there and there's like these like 10 people that are, I guess, my regulars now at this point, and I'm like, guys, why are you here? You the things I do and the things I talk about, okay, like why are you here? And they're just like, I don't know, you're just chill and you talk about stuff. We like talking to you, and I'm like, you like talking to me? Like,
You
it's
talk,
interesting, but
you're
okay.
talking to me. You're talking to me.
But it's very I don't know. It's just very, I feel very honored that there are people who are willing to like sit and just listen to me yap about the most random of things. There are people who would, like wait for me to start streaming. Like there are people that come in the moment I go live and I'm like, "Were you guys just waiting for me?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why? Why?"
It does hit you though. After a while, you're like, they're really, you know, Mike, the old Sally Field. They like me. They really like me, type of thing.
I know. I'm like, "Mom, get the camera. I'm famous."
See, I told you, Ma.
Oh no, funny thing about that actually. So I some people have clipped me. I have like two clips that are funny as heck, and my mom, she kind of understands what I do,
Mm-hmm.
but not really. So I was like, "Oh, let me go send these clips to her so she can like see what other people see
Mm-hmm.
on their end, and so she can understand what I do."
Mm-hmm.
And so I sent it to her, and the next day she texts me back and she's like, "Oh, I showed the videos to your cousin and she says you have a really nice voice." And I'm like, "You showed her?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she goes, "I didn't know that you were funny." I'm like, "Mom," like, "Mother, please."
Oh, that makes things awkward around the family reunion
It,
table. I would
it
tell a
does. I'm
joke, but
like,
my
"Oh
mom doesn't
no."
think I'm funny.
Oh my God, I've been your child for so long and you're like, "You didn't know I was funny?" Like, "Mom, come on, Mom."
Thanks for your support. Yeah,
Oh.
that's. But I mean, but they are supportive of you. I mean, they're not like
Hmm.
you should be doing something else with your time type of things. Because I've heard a lot of
Hmm.
that. There's some folks who don't have that type of support.
Oh yeah, that is true. I'm very blessed to have my mom. She has tolerated so much of my shenanigans. But but when I told her about the streaming stuff, I told her immediately after I applied. I'm like, "Mom, I applied for this thing." And she's like, "Okay, that's good." And I was like, "Mom, is this good? Do you think I can do it?" And she's like, "Yeah, you can do it." And she just kind of kept
Yeah,
hyping me up, and just being very supportive. And she was very happy when I got accepted. I'm like, "Mom, I did the thing. I got accepted." And she's like, "Oh my God, you got this?"
yeah, that's good. So how
Yeah.
you're applying? Was it
Mm.
out of character for you to put yourself out like that?
Yeah. So I try not to put myself in the spotlight or I try to stay hidden. Like I try to make myself small, like
Mm,
be in the shadows.
right.
Um, yeah, I don't like when people look at me and like notice me. But at the time, I'm like, this is such a good offer. They're saying that all I need is my phone, myself, and like a certain amount of hours every month. And I'm like, that's a very good opportunity for
Yeah,
someone who wants to start.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
the funny thing, I applied the night before the applications were supposed to close. I sped run that whole form. There was no rhyme or reason to whatever I put in there. I was just like, I really like this thing. I want to try it. If you give me a chance, I will make it worth your time. Um, I did the introduction video in one go. It was
Yeah.
5 minutes of me rambling about stuff, and I sent off the application, and I sat there looking at the completion form. I'm like, all right, I'm never hearing from these people again.
You'll be internationally blacklisted for.
Yeah, no, it was like that. I'm like, yeah, well, that's there, I guess. I did that thing. Like, oh, let me go on about my life. So I went to bed. I went to bed not expecting anything of it. I wake up the next morning and I check my notifications, like, ooh, an email from who? And in the email is Irium. And they're like, yeah, we want to interview you. I'm like, did you read my application? You want to interview me?
They probably couldn't believe it. Like somebody actually put this. Yeah, we got to talk to them.
Oh my god. So yeah, I was terrified. I'm like, oh, I kind of this is kind of serious situation. I can't like play around with this. But yeah, it I felt like at the time I was like, all right, I'm already here. I have the opportunity. I am terrified, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna see where it goes. If we get accepted, hell yeah. If not, then oh well, at least I tried.
Yeah, yeah. There is that. I mean, there's the old saying: you don't make any of the shots you don't take. That type of thing.
Mm,
But
that is true.
but I'm just thinking about some of the questions. Like, where do you see yourself in 4 years? You just write down mustard and go to the next question. Something to fill in. Okay,
I know.
they want to be mustard.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the next question. I'd
Oh, that is so true.
I'd probably hire you on the spot if I
I
saw that.
Oh my god, it was terrifying, but I guess I did something right because here I am.
Well, probably one of the bigger things was your 5 minute rambling. Um,
Oh, I think so, yeah.
because because that automatically puts you if you are natural enough to pull that off without a script, without just I mean, Nick probably tell that you were just hurried to do it, but you did it for 5 minutes,
I
and
did.
you get Joe Average person or Jane Average or whatever average person out there, and they can't go 5 minutes like that.
Mm,
Yeah, they'll go three and
yeah.
like, am I done? No, keep talking.
Can we be done? I ain't got nothing to talk about no more, yeah.
I've run out of words. Make something up.
Oh my god. No, I think so too. I was very confused initially because looking back at that introduction video, it was everything was so random. I was pulling stuff out of like anywhere. I'm like, oh, I like this thing. I do this thing. I can talk about these things, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. And now that I look back at it and like I can see more or I understand more of what Irium wants, I'm like, I probably did the right thing just showing them how I can ramble on about random stuff because I feel like that's like the kind of people they want.
yeah,
People who can just talk for hours and hours and hours.
yeah. I call it being agile enough to go back and forth because sometimes you got to cut bait on a topic and go into something else. If
Yeah.
if no one responds to you for 20 minutes about fly tackles and that type of thing, go on to something
Hmm.
else. Mustard. Yeah, that'd be a good
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah.
Throw some. What's your favorite type of mustard? Or just something out of the entertainment news, or did you know Justin Bieber fell on his face or something? Something along those lines, and go from
Yeah.
there. And again, all you need really is one person in
Hmm.
that group to go, because that sometimes triggers a landslide effect where other people comment on that and comment on that and comment on that. Now you should kind of restart the fire a little bit
Yeah,
when something gets in there.
definitely. I mean, there are a lot of lurkers, and that's completely fine if people just, want to listen to streamers like as background noise while they're doing other things. But all I really need is like one person to just, I don't know, just talk about whatever,
Hmm.
and I will take what you say and I will spin so many stuff off of that. And then eventually more people will like just add on stuff, and I'm like, yes, keep it coming. We got content, boys. Let's go.
In some other life, you might have been a talk show host.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. It'd be the opposite of
Yeah, well,
how I think I am.
I mean,
But like,
if you're able to pull that off, there's a lot of times when talk show hosts have open lines,
mm,
and if you're faced with a half an hour of open line and no commercials to play, and
mm,
and no real topics, and you can pull stuff out and fill that time and maybe draw a caller or two in,
mm.
that's talent. I mean, so
Thank you.
maybe you needed to be a radio person and not make any money and hate the world.
Hey, I'm not here for the money. I'm just here to really, like, I don't know, make friends, make like a community, like help people. They're like, I don't know what people are going through. Some people might have had a bad day. They just
Mm.
want to like chill out and just listen to a random anime person on the internet like yap about random stuff. And I'm here for that. That's really all I want to do is just do dumb stuff and make people, I don't know, happy.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean,
Yeah,
you just really never know what type of effect you're going to have on somebody, and and
definitely.
it could be the one kind thing you did for somebody that day, maybe the only thing that happened good on that day for them, and
Yeah.
maybe you open the door for somebody going into the store, maybe they open for the next person that goes in,
Mm.
and then
Yeah, that is true.
they send you $500,000 in the mail.
I wish.
It hasn't quite happened for me yet, but I'm still hoping. I still got a couple more years to go on that. But
It'll one day.
it's just something that'll don't hurt, don't
Yeah.
hinder. At the very least, get out of the way, especially of me. If I'm
Yeah.
Stop buying your lottery tickets when all I want to get is a pop. Okay, that's all I want.
I just want $2 to buy myself a Red Bull, okay? That's all I
I'm
want.
gonna talk to your manager right now.
Oh, well, there that goes. I'm sorry about that, ma'am. You know.
So when you settled in and turned the microphone on, are we talking like you're fighting off several years of demons of being in front of people in an audience?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know exactly what happened. At one point in life when I was younger, I actually did very well in public settings. I was very outgoing and I would put myself in like, situations where I'm like in the spotlight and stuff. I
Mm.
did ballet for a moment of time and I was really happy about that.
Oh wow.
Um,
That
yeah.
is really that shows a lot of um what's the word I'm looking for? Help me. Um
Uh,
uh Diligence, practice,
there we
restraint,
go.
that sort of thing. Stick to
Yeah.
itiveness, that type of thing. Discipline.
Mm,
There it is, discipline. But
yeah.
gosh, I don't know. I don't have any of that, which is why I couldn't say it. But
Oh.
being able to keep that up is some discipline, even at a young age. That's
Mm,
you learn that pretty quick. Of course, it's just not for some people, and in the long run.
yeah.
But
That's true.
but you were getting up on stage and being in front of people, and
Was.
it just kind of got more uncomfortable for you as it went on.
I think so. I can't really pinpoint like a specific event or a specific time when it stopped being that.
Mm.
I just eventually started to like kind of close myself off from people. I had a group of friends that I would get like really crazy with, but outside of that, like trying to put myself in new situations, trying to step out of my comfort zone, I just stopped doing that, and I absolutely despised having to be in a group of people. There was one time in 10th grade where we were supposed to do like the whole class was supposed to like organize a cheer dance because
Oh,
we had like a little in school competition thing.
ah,
And when yeah, when I talked to the teacher, I'm like, "Ma'am, I can't do this, ma'am. Can I like do something else? Can I like make a project and like sit this one out?" They're like, "Yeah, no." And I cried. I started bawling my eyes out. I'm like, "This is terrifying. I don't want to do this. I just want to not. No, please." Um,
they would have gotten if they'd have done that to me, they'd have gotten the absolute worst dance and everything in history. They got on stage, and I would be standing there looking at the teacher, like, okay, bring it
I'm
on.
like, "Well,
I ain't moving.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got my cry out. I was terrified.
Yeah.
I still attended practice because if I didn't join, then I wouldn't get a grade. I'm like, oh well, I can't not have grades.
Yeah.
Um, so I did that. It was absolutely terrifying. I hated every moment of it, and it just kind of went from there. I was just quiet. I'd interact with my friends. I'd like go out and hang out with them, but I just wanted to be at the back of the class with my head down. Just
Mm.
don't the teacher better not look at me and like ask me to answer questions because I will clam up and I will be terrified for the rest of the day.
It's a such a tough time in a kid's life anyway, socially. Um,
Yeah.
where you think you think you're really setting yourself up for what you're going to be 10 years later when everything could change in a 2 months, and you go from being a an emo kid to a person that wears two ties going to work, that type of thing.
Oh,
um,
yeah, yeah. You.
that can change in a hurry, and you don't know
Mm,
your self worth or self importance yet, and you think everybody else is, it can really snowball on you,
mm,
and
definitely.
that's why they sometimes they try to force you to do things, which
Mm-hmm.
it helps so much, obviously. Then
Mm.
you get to cry in front
It
of everybody, which is
does.
even better.
I I did, and everybody was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I have to dance." And I'm like, they're like, "It's just a dance." I'm like, "No, you don't understand. I am terrified.
That's
This is
right.
the worst thing ever."
Yes, it's oh man, I we had
No.
we we had I grew up in school during disco.
Mm, oh.
Yeah, and some of our PE classes were disco dancing.
Oh no.
Man, you brought this memory out. This is your fault.
Mm, oh, sorry.
I had it repressed and jammed down so much it wouldn't even come out. But oh god,
Oh no.
that was horrible. That really was horrible. Um and it was everybody had to do individual stuff in front of everybody else. So it
The
wasn't just
individual ones were the
I
worst.
mean, we didn't have to. Everybody was embarrassed by doing it,
Yeah.
and we certainly weren't learning anything other than how to waste time until the bell rang um, during that. So
Yeah.
at least you didn't have disco.
But oh yeah, I don't know what I would have done then. It
Yeah,
was,
yeah. You're learning the electric slide in class. Yeah, just give me a basketball, okay? I'm fine with a basketball. I just
yeah, just make me run laps and make me pass away from that. But like dance, nah, just don't look at me, don't look at me.
don't put a big old tarp over me while I'm doing it. That would help a little bit. So now that you are a international known superstar, um,
Oh,
all of a sudden
not quite, but I think we're
talking,
getting there.
stop talking. Oh, oh what? But really, you've got yourself a mark now. Got people know
Mm,
who you are. Um,
mm,
Tell me how important it is for you now to have the avatar in front of you while you're doing this.
mm. I've been thinking about it like a lot actually, and I feel like if I had started streaming like just regular, just like with a face cam or just like when people see me,
Hmm.
I feel like that would be something that I would never be able to pull off. But with the avatar, it's kind of like a I don't know, kind of like a character. I know others have like a full on like persona that they use for streaming and then they're completely different like off stream, but with the avatar, it's essentially me being able to there's like a wall between me and the people, so I'm not exactly hiding from the people, but they can't like see me at the same time.
Mm.
Um
Yeah.
so I can kind of be a more exaggerated or maybe the more true kind of like uh kind of my true self or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the side of me I wouldn't normally show to people
Yeah.
because
At least people
I am
you didn't know anyway. That type of thing.
Ye-
Yeah. But it
Yeah, I am in person. I tell people this all the time, especially like fellow streamers. I'm like, if we meet at a convention, that Shion that you see on stream is not going to be the Shion that walks into that building. But it's very fun. I get to do things that I never thought I could do. I get to be apparently I'm funny now, so that's a plus for me.
Yeah,
People
ma.
Mom, no. Yeah, and people like me. They come back and I always tell this to them, like, never in a million years did I ever think I would be in the position that I am. Irium gave me an opportunity to be part of a meet and greet that they had at the Otakuthon convention up in Canada,
Hmm.
and it wasn't like I had like a lot of people to talk to. I only had like 30 minutes and talked to like two, three people maybe,
Hmm.
but that is something I never thought I could do,
Hmm.
but I did it, and
Yeah.
it's amazing.
And you've got that hurdle in the back of you rather than in the front of you, and now you know you can do it.
Yeah,
And
yeah, definitely.
it just adds that little extra courage and extra self confidence to do it again.
Mm, yeah.
And it does take confidence to go on and talk to
Mm.
people, whether you see them or not, if you have an avatar or not, because you're still the one flapping your gums.
That is true.
And it's still some people are saying that being a VTuber allows you to be more you than you would in real life.
Exactly. I feel that 100%. I don't consider Shion to be a character.
Hmm.
She is just a way for me to more freely or more comfortably express myself, because I know that the people who watch me are absolute crazy people and I love them for that. And it's like, to me, I'm like, oh my God, I can be crazy too. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But normally, like in front of like family and like personal friends, I'm like, yeah, that they don't know me like that. I'm not that. They're not getting that, because if I do that, they're never gonna understand that.
Evidently, mom
Um,
didn't know. Jeez.
I know. I don't know why.
That's I'm going to remember that one. That was funny. Um, but here you've got I kind of liken it sometimes to going from high school to a college where you're still the
Mm.
same person, but the people in college don't remember when you bent over and split your pants out in third grade. They they
That's
they
true.
they get to take you at face value, and you get to start over again
Mm.
with all your
Yeah.
same values and stuff. And some people do it differently, obviously, but it sounds
Mm.
like you came in like, here I am,
Mm.
and you've been able to keep that going successfully now for the first few months.
I know it's just really crazy to me, because again, I didn't have anything cool to bring to the table. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm here. You're here. We can talk about things, and that's how that's gonna go. If you like what we're talking about, you come back. If not, then see you later. But
Uh, Now
it's just
you say you didn't have anything cool to bring to the table, but you did.
I don't know. To me, I don't think so, because I'm like, anyone can talk crazy. I'm like, I don't know what if my
Yeah,
crazy is different from that kind of crazy, or if they just like my particular crazy.
yeah.
I don't know, but
Hey,
I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna be like, all
yeah.
right, I got you.
Hey, ride that horse till she quits. I don't think you're gonna
Yeah,
have.
basically.
I don't think you're gonna have any problem getting a bigger audience and keep going on this and branching out. Just so much fun to talk to, and it's. I'm glad I got a chance to get to know you through this. And people will be able to check out your various links in the description for this interview, and check out on Irium. And are you doing stuff on the other channels now, the other mediums?
I'm sorry. There goes the dog. Um, I do sometimes, very rarely do I stream on Twitch.
Hmm.
On my YouTube, I do have like a couple VODs of games I've played,
Hmm.
of Irium streams.
Yeah.
I haven't had a lot of time to do more outside of Irium. I really want to.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a little bit, but
Uh,
I definitely want to start like branching out and getting people to know Irium, for people to get to know me. Maybe be able to connect with people who are kind of like me, who are kind of crazy.
mm.
We could just all hang out, have fun together, and be crazy.
I got a big smile on my face hearing you talk like that after being somebody who was kind of a wallflower a bit, and now you're looking for ways to expand yourself and and talk with more people. That's wonderful, and I congratulate
I
you for
know.
getting there from where you were, and there's a lot more to come.
Thank you.
Check out
Thank
again,
you.
folks. Check out the links, and thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it.
Hmm.
You're a lot of fun to
Yeah,
talk
thank you
to.
for asking.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if the old man shows up and yells at you on the area sometime.
Oh no, that one stream you walked into, that was not the right stream to be in for your first
that
time.
that was funny. We'll have to tell people about that sometime.
Oh.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.